My name is Stephanie Jackson. I'm the French Program Coordinator at the Institute for Innovation in Second Language Education at Edmonton Public Schools. I was a former French teacher and French consultant, and part of my role is to help teachers implement technology in their language classrooms. I was the project lead for the development of the Innovative Language Classroom Handbook, and I'm here to share some of the tips from the resource about leveraging technology to drive learning in your language classroom. So I believe technology is a powerful tool, especially for additional language learning. Technology is a gateway to the target language and cultures, and shows students authentic and relevant ways of using the target language. There's so many innovative and user-friendly apps and websites that can engage students, help them personalize their learning, enhance collaboration, and really ground language learning in authentic real-world contexts. Following the pivot to online learning in 2020, many teachers realized the potential for technology to enhance student learning and reduce teacher workload. Even after moving back to face-to-face learning, we're seeing that technology does have a place in the language classroom. In response to this, CASALT has been working for 2 years to develop a series of resources to help language teachers implement technology in innovative ways. This project includes a handbook, virtual reality tour, professional learning resources, and a series of videos. And all of these were developed with input from teachers and from administrators in language programs from across Canada. It includes concrete tips and advice for leveraging technology to help drive learning in an additional language classroom. Some of the most impactful advice from teachers was to make language learning real and fun. Students engage more when the language learning is grounded in authentic experiences, and they can see how this learning can be applied in the real world. Injecting some silliness and fun can also help increase engagement. For example, by starting your class with a joke or a funny meme or maybe a funny story in the target language. You could also have your students start with student-led conversation groups, so they're talking about topics that interest them and using the target language in ways that they would use their first language. The advice that came up again and again from teachers and administrators was to really leverage the power of routines. By developing consistent routines, templates, and schedules that you use over and over in your class, you can help reduce teacher workload, but also reduce the cognitive load for students. And then they know what to expect, they know what's coming, and they can focus on the language learning itself. Investing time to explicitly teach and practice routines will help strengthen students' functional language proficiency because they're using the target language in a real, authentic way. For example, if you want to have students use technology, you should explicitly teach them how to go get the technology, log into the website and access it, and do that in the target language. Not only are students learning curricular outcomes following directions in the target language, but you're also making it a lot more efficient and easier for them to log on to that website or to use that technology in the future. So it's going to reduce that workload. And again, it's a really authentic way for students to use the language. They're using it to do something that they need to do. And making that learning authentic and grounded in a real life task can really make it more engaging for students. My advice to teachers is to start slow and to build their repertoire of technologies one at a time. Focus on simplicity and how students will demonstrate their language proficiency using the technology instead of the technology itself. Most apps and websites nowadays are user-friendly and intuitive, and involving the students in choosing the technologies can also improve engagement and foster a sense of ownership in the learning. When you find a new technology you want to try, I suggest experimenting a little. Search for some tutorials online, see if there are some videos that can teach you how to use the technology, but do not spend hours trying to figure it out. If it's not user-friendly, if it's taking you more than an hour to figure out how to use the website, I suggest you drop it. If it's too complicated and time-consuming for you, it's likely to be too complicated for the students. Implementing technology is supposed to enhance learning and reduce teacher workload. If it isn't doing that for you, then I suggest you find a different technology. If you don't know where to begin, ask your colleagues. See what your fellow teachers are using in their classrooms, whether that be a teacher from another language program, or it might be a teacher from a different subject area, and you might be able to implement some of their technologies in your class.